Time for one quick question and a quick answer from both, if we can, before your closing remarks. A gentleman with a very rich heritage in the name politically, Winston. Thanks, Winston.
Thank you. I just have a quick question. I'm just wondering, why does the tax cuts that you have proposed, why are they for everyone and not just targeted for better cost of living towards those who need it more?
Yeah, nice question. Quick answers, please.
Thanks very much. To put really clearly, there were tax cuts legislated under the former government. They went primarily, I would have got $9,000, so would Peter. Instead, we got $4,500 and we gave it to everyone by lowering that bottom marginal tax rate. Now, what we've done is we'll lower it by a cent and then a further cent over the next term of government, because we wanted to make sure that every Australian got a tax cut, and the way that you make sure that low and middle income earners benefit is to target that first marginal tax rate that kicks in, of course, at $18,200 and goes up to $45,000.
Let's wrap up if we can. We're going to get the final statements in a moment. Just a couple of quick answers, if I can, quickly, just to rule out no cuts to healthcare, because that's what's been asserted to you.
No cuts, and we'll legislate it. We've been very clear about it.
And under the alliance, the AUKUS, you're going to crack on with that regardless of the mayhem out of Washington? You believe it stacks up? And you've got internal critics as well?
Absolutely. I have never said that we should link our defence arrangements, which are in our national interest, with the tariff issue.
And you won't make any changes to work from home?
No.
At all next term?
No, and we've been very clear about that.
OK. And, well, finally, yeah, on the Voice, you won't legislate the Voice after losing the referendum?
No, we respect the decision.
And the Greens, you'll take their votes, won't do deals? Is that a fair way to...
There'll be no deals with the Greens by me after the election, and I'm aiming for majority government. We hold 78 seats. I'm aiming to hold every one of them. I'm
assuming no deal with the Greens for you. So... No. Let's wrap up with some closing statements. Prime Minister, thanks to you.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for your questions and for the way that we've engaged together tonight. I think the People's Forum is a really important part of the Australian political landscape now here in Australia, and it's great that it's the first debate that's been held. But Peter said that there'd be no cuts to health. But they said that last time, when they came into office in 2013. They said there'd be no cuts to health, no cuts to education, no cuts to the ABC. And the truth is that they ripped into education, they ripped into health, they cut the ABC, and they did everything that they said they would not do. Now, if you have a $600 billion nuclear plan, you've got to make cuts. The money has to come from somewhere. We have been a responsible government that have delivered budget surpluses that have got the budget in better nick. We've provided cost of living support when it's needed whilst getting inflation down. But there's more to do, to build on the foundations, to build a stronger future. And I know that in this uncertain time, with what's going on in the world, now's not the time to make cuts, to have the sort of policies that we've seen in the last week, where they've chopped and changed even before the election. So how can you believe what they do after the election?
Prime Minister, thank you. Mr Dutton.
Thanks, Kieran. And thank you to everyone for being here tonight. Thank you, Anthony, for being here as well. I said before that it was confronting to see the hands go up with people who are struggling at the moment. And when the Prime Minister says that this has been a successful 3-year period, it's just in defiance of the reality of people's lives and where we are as a country right now. We face incredibly difficult times, not just because of what's coming out of the United States at the moment and the tariff debate with China and whatever the retaliation might be from other countries as well. A coalition government will always be a better economic manager. We will always manage the economy well, which means that we can deal with the cost of living crisis more effectively. That is about helping families. It is about making sure that we don't see a repeat of the 30,000 small businesses that have gone to the wall over the last 3 years. The Prime Minister spent the first 16 months of this term obsessing about the Voice, which was a $425 million red herring that proved to be a distraction, an attempt to divide the country. And when that debate was taking place, the Prime Minister should have been making decisions around how best to protect us from inflation that was obvious off the back of COVID. I want to make sure that we can restore the dream of home ownership. I want to make sure that we can deliver a first-class health system. I want to make sure that we can live in a safe country. The Prime Minister says that we live in the most precarious period since the end of the Second World War, since 1945, and then takes $80 billion out of defence. I want to keep us safe as a community, safe as a country, and I want to make sure that we can help families deal with Labor's cost of living crisis. We don't need a Labor Greens minority government after the election, given the headwinds that we're seeing at the moment. The Treasurer today was in panic mode, talking about the prospect of a recession next month, which is a disaster for our economy, and it shows that Labor just doesn't know how to manage money or the economy.
Mr Dutton, thank you. Mr Albanese, thank you both for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you to everyone here at Wenny Leagues and to you at home watching the first debate of campaign 2025.